coming under even more legal fire. A class action lawsuit now accuses the pet food company of fraud, claiming that it knew there was a serious problem with its pet food products several weeks before it issued a recall. The official death toll of dogs and cats now stands at 16, and now this lawsuit has sparked a debate about whether pet owners have a right to be entitled to large monetary awards. Should Menu Foods be held liable for the deaths of the dogs and cats who ate the company's tainted pet food? It's the central question that will be decided as the lawsuit unfolds. So far, 200 pet owners have joined in one lawsuit.
Well, we think there is good reason to believe right now that Menu Foods knew weeks and possibly months before it issued the recall that its food was dangerous to the pets of its customers.
John Blim is one of two attorneys on the case. The lawsuit alleges that on February 27th, Menu Foods began testing its products on 50 animals. Within 1 week, the first tested animal dies. In the following days, up to 10 animals die. The company issued a recall on March 16th.
The size of the damages, we don't know. Punitive damages are always a question left up to the jury and to the courts. But everything is going to depend on what Menu Foods finally reveals.
This lawsuit also raises the debate of how animals should be treated under the law.
Animals are treated as property under the law, but a very special or unique type of property.
Which is why pet owners are entitled to recover vet bills and the pet's value. But awarding large monetary damages for a pet owner's pain and suffering is over the line, according to the American Veterinary Medical Association.
The cost of veterinary care will go up, if nothing else, by the fact that these lawsuits are going to have to be defended. Even if they did nothing wrong, they're going to have to hire a lawyer, defend the case, and ultimately the cost will go up, and it's going to be passed on to the public.
I called Menu Foods for a comment, but the company does not have a media contact. But Menu Foods did issue a press release on its website in which CEO Paul Henderson said, quote, "We take these complaints very seriously, and while we are still looking for a specific cause, we are acting to err on the side of caution."
Business Morning News.
Shortly after midnight on March 24, 1989, the oil tanker Exxon Valdez ran aground on Bligh Reef in Prince William Sound.
11,300,000 gallons of crude oil has spilled into the calm waters of Prince William Sound off of Alaska. An oil tanker trying to...
It was a gorgeous day. Couldn't be happening. And yet all over town when you went out, people said, "Did you hear? Did you hear? It's on CNN. You can check. I mean, it's for real." And you could look over at perfectly blue skies and know that just on the other side of the mountain, something was happening.
There were slicks absolutely everywhere. It was the whole western end of the Sound was inundated with giant ribbons of oil. I mean, just huge beaches and bays were just full of it. It was more than you can imagine.
We were concerned, so that with a friend we chartered a plane to go look over the Sound. And we were in tears by the end that we'd heard the Exxon representative saying they had 20 skimmers out there cleaning up oil. But we were out there, and there were 3 of them. And that was it. And we knew they were lying.
On behalf of Exxon, I wish to express our regrets for the anxiety and inconvenience caused by the grounding of Exxon Valdez. I want to assure everyone that Exxon is mobilizing all available resources to mitigate the impact from this incident.
What was happening actually is one of the greatest pieces of eyewash that probably this country's ever seen. You had these glib-spoken, tall, good-looking Texas and Louisiana executives from Exxon Shipping and Exxon Oil. And these people were telling you that everything was in order because that's their job.
You have had some good luck and you don't realize it. You don't have the Glacier, baby. You have Exxon. And we do business straight.
But this was not the case. While the oil spill was 4 years ago, Prince William Sound and its community have been dealing with the environmental and economic consequences ever since, locked in a bitter battle with the world's largest corporation, Exxon, and the way they do business.
It had taken Enron 16 years to go from about 10 billion of assets to 65 billion of assets. It took them 24 days to go bankrupt.
The fatal flaw at Enron was pride, arrogance, intolerance.
All right, money you guys stole from those poor grandmothers?
We can add a gazillion dollars to the bottom line.
All right, that sounds fantastic.
Did you convert stock worth $66 million?
I don't know.
I netted approximately $100 million.
Enron is a company that deals with everyone with absolute integrity.
Talking about my compensation, and if I step on somebody's throat on the way, that doubles it. Well, I'll stomp on the guy's throat.
The other thing about people at Enron is a lot of them were former nerds. You wanted to be the most popular guy on Wall Street, and you were going to do whatever you had to do.
They sought out every loophole they could in order to profit.
The rules weren't quite clear.
They could bury debt, they could bury losses.
An industry that was very reliable for 100 years was all of a sudden turned into a casino.
Those guys could just yank the California economy on its leash whenever they wanted to, and they did it, and they did it, and they did it.
You just steal money from California to the tune of $1 million or $2 a day.
Can we rephrase that?
Could I predict phony energy prices as a result of deregulation? Yes. Could I predict that Arnold Schwarzenegger would be our governor as a result of deregulation?
Oh, I didn't expect that.
How exactly does Enron make its money?
Accounting doesn't get that creative.
I would like to know if you are on crack.
This is the shredded evidence that came out of Enron.
Everyone was on the bandwagon, and it can happen again.
We are the good guys. We are on the side of angels.
It is.
My name is Michael McCain. As you may know, Listeria was found in some of our products. Even though Listeria is a bacteria commonly found in many foods and in the environment, we work diligently to eliminate it. When Listeria was discovered in the product, we launched immediate recalls to get it off the shelf. Then we shut the plant down. Tragically, our products have been linked to illnesses and loss of life. To Canadians who are ill and to the families who have lost loved ones, I offer my deepest sympathies. Words cannot begin to express our sadness for your pain. Maple Leaf Foods is 23,000 people who live in a culture of food safety. We have an unwavering commitment to keeping your food safe with standards well beyond regulatory requirements. But this week, our best efforts failed, and we are deeply sorry. This is the toughest situation we've faced in 100 years as a company. We know this has shaken your confidence in us. I commit to you that our actions are guided by putting your interests first.